Hello, welcome. My name is Kat. This is my channel Kat Can Sew, and this is episode, I don't know, I didn't look it up. It'll be on the description, so you'll know where I'm at. It's 20 something, I think. It is April Fool's Day, but it is after midday, so everything I tell is not a fool. And yeah, we're a week late. Last week was just a week. We're trying to deal with getting cars smogged. We're trying to deal with the post office in regards to my passport. Last week was just a mess. So I didn't get a time to film. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to film this week and then back on my regular schedule next week. By doing this week as well, it also allows me to do all of my March Madness stuff. So I'm going to start from the winner and work my way back in the rounds. I also have notes, so I don't have to keep looking at my laptop. To be honest, my laptop is all the way over there and I can't reach it. I also have a little bit of haul and 2 finishes. I am finally dealing with my little spot. By little spot, it's like 15 mil by 10 mil. It's huge. So if I'm a little bit washed out today, it's because I didn't want to put on foundation over where they're treating that. So there we go. Also, I'm trying to use the tissue box to trick my computer or my camera into not flashing color correction all the time. We'll see if that works. So other than that, not much is going on. Work is about to get real busy, so my stitching numbers are going to go right down. Honestly, I actually have worked in the last 2 weeks, last 3 weeks. I think I've worked, like 10 shifts or something, which is a ton when I hadn't really worked for 2 months. But of course I was doing that during March Madness, so I actually had 4 days I didn't stitch at all, which isn't bad. Honestly, it's not really bad. A couple of days where I got real low numbers. But let's start with my stitching. First up is going to be my finishes. So this first one was a wheel finish. This was my under 2500 stitches. It is Jolly Soul from Black Needle Society. So I did 300 stitches on this week, or this last 3 weeks. I'm trying to find the center. This is stitched on Lichen, 32 count Lugana, which I purchased off 123 Stitch. So yeah, it's cute, it's done. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all of these nails. This is the second one I've completed, and I've got 3 more to go. Next up was my next Mill Hill finish, which was Cream Sundae. I finished this one on the 23rd. Jolly Soul I finished on the 20th. I did 422 stitches to get this finished. I sat down one night and just did the beading. Oh, apparently I have, nope, I just have a random thread on the back. It is way off center, but when I cut it out, nobody's going to know. I need new scissors, so I haven't been cutting them out. I have prepped the next one to start, but we didn't close early enough for me to be bothered starting the other night, and when I went to the doctor's surgery yesterday, I didn't spend long enough in the waiting room to even pull it out. So it's in my purse. It'll go back in my work bag though. Next up was my wheel finish. I worked on Quick Stitch, Seahorse by, I don't know what side I'm going to put it on, by Heaven Earth Design. This is where I was, and this is where I'm now up to. I got another 476 stitches on it. This did complete another one of my wheels. I basically worked on, if I remember right, this fin, and I started on this coral downhill. So We're getting there. I think this is now over 50% done. This is stitched on Smack the Jellyfish 16 count Adia by Lugana LA. This is an old dye of it. It is no longer quite this light. Needle Minder is only one I've got on here by Midnight Spell Designs. I pulled everything out of the bags and put all the bags on top of everything, as a bunch of these bags are going away, which is nice because at the moment I have had a pile of bags. Now we get into my March Stitchy Madness. I'm going to start with the winner, work my way backwards. So first up is the winner was Pirate Crest by Atomic Tiki Pins. This is really cute. It's based on the Pirates of the Caribbean from both parks, from Disney. Here is where I was. This was after round 1. And here is where I'm up to. I'm nearly finished the flag and the guns. I got a total of 1,221 stitches. I got 77 stitches done on day 17, 119 stitches done on day 25, 301 on day 29, and then yesterday I got 421. Some of those days I kind of, like, if I was at a point, I would continue on to the next day. But they're the stitches I got for my March Stitching Madness. This is stitched on Parchment, 28 count Lugana by Mirabilia. So it's actually not that much bigger than what you can see. I'm at 16% done on this. So, and also this is now complete on my 25 for 25 for fandom. So that's how big it'll be. I've got 2,086 stitches done in the last month. So I'm really happy on that. Needle Minder is by Inchworm Designs. It's going away. It hasn't come up on any of the wheels yet, so I'm looking forward to getting some more done on that. Next up was my second place, which was Villa Mirabilia. Actually, I have the cover image for this one. She's so pretty. She may not actually go away. She may get pulled out for one fandom prompt this week. Here's where she was. Here is where she is. There's where she is. Here is where I worked on. So I basically worked on this side and the flower bow pink thing in the middle. I got 998 stitches done on her. Day 13 I got 307. Day 23 I got 254. Day 28 I got 173. And day 30 I got 68. I actually worked a close Sunday. I didn't finish work till after 10, so I didn't get much stitching done then. I did get one length in though, so she's getting there. She's still not quite halfway, because even though I'm halfway down the fabric, there is a lot of skirt to go. But one of the prompts this week for fandom is work on your usual thing, and ladies in fancy dresses is a thing I work on a lot. So yeah, she probably won't go away just yet. She'll probably go away at the end of the week. Well, actually, next video, because I'm trying to leave the projects I work on out. I try to pull out all the projects I want to work on when I do a video, and then put everything else away, and it's kind of keeping me under control. And that way I'm not pulling out a ton of projects. I am doing a stitching scavenger hunt, so that may change later in the month. That is stitched on Bayeux by Live and Die LA and 20 Count Lugana, and needle minders are by, I forgot the needle minders on the first two. I'll go back and do those and edit them in. Both of those are by Black Needle Society. Next up, so this was the one that was against Pirate Crest for round 3. Yeah, for round 3. It is Rapunzel and Rococo. This is by Heaven and Earth Designs. I have been working on this since 2020. Here is where she was, and here is where I am up to. I finished the page. Actually, I think I finished the page before the last video. I got 535 stitches on her. On day 20 I got 447, and on day 26 I got 88. I was hoping to finish the eyes, but they are way less creepy now. I did a little bit more of the bridge of her nose, a little bit on her eyes, but not a ton more on this one. I mean, I'm still working on the same 2 squares, like, but to try and get my numbers up, I just started working on this center section because it was block stitching. Oh, and I, like, filled in all of the loose threads that were down here. That's how I got so many stitches up. There's still a couple that are loose because they need more stitching around them to either secure or to get to the right count. Needle minders are Black Needle Society, Silks for You, and Ginger Stitch AU. That is either a mocha or light mocha. 36 count Edinbourgh I got from 123 Stitch. Next up is Turtle by Mel Hill. Here's where it was. I worked on this this was the one against Villa Mirabilia. I worked on this on day 21 and day 27. I got a total of 574 stitches, 477 stitches on day 21, and 97 stitches on day 27. I worked on this really late in the day, and I missed by 3 stitches. I was so annoyed at myself for getting a point. But here's where we're at. I filled in more of this flipper and I started on the shell. I've got a couple of threads loose because I need to fill in a bit more before I can finish those off. This is in a Wonderland frame. I really do like these frames. That one will probably stay out just because it's easy to work on. It's either that or Advent. I need to work on both of those and get those finished. I did not stitch on day 18 or day 19. I'm back to round 2. I did not stitch on day 18 or day 19. Day 18 was Clue and day 19 was Frogwarts Year 2. I did not stitch on either of those. Life just got in the way. I think I worked, but honestly it could have just been life. Next up is Death by Cross Stitch by Long Dog Samplers. Here's where I was. Here's where I am. That's the section I'm pulling out. Here's the section I'm working on. So here's where I'm at. I got 533 stitches. I got 271 on day 12, and 262 on day 22. This is on a slightly dark dye of On Thin Ice by Mirabilia LA, 32 count Lugana. I had to do math. So I've been trying to keep the pattern repeating through this section, and this design now runs down this way. I sat for multiple hours. I ended up creating a grid in Excel. It's like on the same spreadsheet, like database that I'm using for the rest of my stitching. And I worked out, okay, because I will be stitching it backwards from how I was stitching this one. Like, I need to work from the other end of the thread. So I worked out how I was stitching it, worked it all up, and then numbered my way to go all the way down. I know my order of my stitching. Once I've done a couple, it will flow, but I just needed to work out where I was starting. So here's where we're at. So that is all the way complete across for the first motif, or for this border. I will work it down along with the border here, and then I will start on the unicorn. But yeah, it's going away. It'll get pulled out again. This is going to literally take me, if this doesn't take me a decade, I'll be really surprised. Needle Minder is from Mirabilia LA and Ginger Stitch AU. Silk is PR 152 from Silks For You. Next up, the next one that got round to round 3 was Wonders of the Hubble Telescope by Climbing Goat Designs. Here's where I was. Here's where I'm up to. I got 620 stitches on this, 367 on day 16 and 102 on day 24. I'm slowly working in the Whirlpool Galaxy, I think that is what that one is. It's a slog. It's a lot of confetti. I do really enjoy it though, so I just need to keep slogging away at it. This is stitched on midnight. Oh, they told me it would itch. That's not even the side that itches. This should be the side that itches. Crazy. This is stitched on Midnight Sky by Mirabilia LA, 28 count Lugana. I'm not sure when this will get pulled out again. Needle minders are from it'll be written on the screen. I don't remember who they were from, and I didn't write that down because I'm like, I'm gonna remember who all the minders are from. Next up is the last of the ones that did not make it to round 2. First up is Anazk. I got a grand total of 5 stitches on this. Here is the pattern. Here is where I was. Okay, I got 5 stitches done on the day. I actually finished my threads because I try to work this and Long Dog Samplers, this and Death by Cross Stitch in lengths of 3, so I used an entire length of silk. This is stitched on Fabric of the Month, January 2024 from Mirabilia LA, 28 count Lugana. I got a total of 337 stitches. I worked in this flower and started my way down on the edge of the circle there. So, getting there. Again, this is going to take me a while. I just, I have so many projects that I don't spend enough time on any one project, hence my wheels. So trying to get some closer to finishes. This is from Silks From You, for you. Inchworm Designs and Ginger Stitch AU. This is PR 181 from Silks For You, which is a metallic-y, variegated. It's stitching up real nice, so I like it. Next up is Royal Games. I technically got no, by Mirabilia. I have that cover image for this one. Technically I got no stitches done on day 14. I did, however, like have the thread out, so I put in the length. I got 105 stitches on it, so it's not much. I think it was, I don't even remember where I stitched on it right now. Here's where she is. We'll make a project. I think I did this really pale purple. I did part of the bodice. The fabric is French Vanilla Mistake by Live Dial A, 28 count Lugana. Needle minders are from Amazon store that closed. Atomic Heart, Amazon store that closed. So again, gonna take forever. I just need less projects and then stuff will get more time on it. And last but not least is Wonders of the James Webb Telescope. Here's where I was. I got 144 stitches on this, so not a ton, just a little bit of love. And my needle minders fell off. So I completed the third of the hexies. So I don't know what it is. I didn't write it down. This is stitched also in Midnight Sky, 28 count Lugana. Needle minders are from Ginger Stitch AU and Dying for Sass. So that is all of my stitching. It wasn't a ton of stitching, but I did do, as I said, a bunch of shifts. And I did the first, okay, it wasn't in a single week. I did 5 days in 7. So between Monday and Sunday, I did 5 shifts for the first time in, I want to say since 2019. Because this is much harder than when I was also working in the workshop. It's a lot of walking. I've been averaging 12,000 steps a day when I'm at work. Also dealing with the plantar fasciitis, though I did find an ankle brace and that is making it fantastic. But it does mean my stitching numbers are going to go way down. I do have my March stats. I worked on 19 projects. I got 2 finishes. I finished 4 of my goal wheels. I did 11,653 stitches and 62 back stitches, which were the wings on the fireflies and the cherry on the Mill Hill kit. And I don't know what else, something I did last month. Oh, it was on Anazk. I'm doing the back stitch as I go. So it runs with the colour. So that's where I'm at. Not a ton. I plan on working on more of my goal wheels, so Wicked Trixie and Files, Harry Potter spells, but I'm restarting that but it's on my wheel, so I want to start it. I want to finish my goal on Santa's stamp collection, and put some more love into Pacific Crest Trail. I am hoping that focusing on much fewer projects will end up on more stitches instead of projects, so I'm not trying to change out projects every couple of days. But otherwise, I'm hoping this is going to be short and sweet. I am actually... Oh, haul! I have a little bit of haul. So I got the Sakura Blossoms by Ginger Stitch AU. I got these off Amazon. I tried to order them late last year, but they never came through. I don't know whether that was an Amazon stocking problem or Amazon just failed to send them. But they're really cute. I've wanted those for a while. And then, as anybody who is in the US is aware, Joanne is closing. So I finally found a store that still had stock of the Sulky Holo Shimmer and Metallics. And I may have purchased a bunch of them. I got pretty multicolor, a light multicolor, a second of the multicolor. They're in the Holo Shimmer. A second of the light. I'm not sure what projects I will actually work on, but we'll find something. A silver Holo Shimmer, a blue Holo Shimmer. They didn't have much left in the way of just metallic, but they had a bunch of the Holo Shimmer. And I've been using the Holo Shimmer for a while, so I've been using the dark purple and the dark green, but I have a project on black that I need to grid, so I was giving myself options to see what shows up best. A lilac Holo Shimmer, and then I got 2 golds, a silver, and a red in the metallic. That was everything they had in those colours. So hopefully that gives me some options to try testing out gridding Electrical Light Parade. I mean, I probably have now enough metallic for the rest of my life. And I mean, I cut way too long and I throw out a bunch, so I'm not like even stressed about that, because you know each of these are 100 yards, 250 yards. Holo Shimmer is 225 yards. No, 250 yards. I have enough to every single pattern I own to fully grid. But yeah, my local Joanne's are now completely out of DMC. I have been purchasing some odd fabrics, mostly to make like PJ shorts. Couple of bodice linings, but you know, there's not been much. I did buy a really nice green for making some pants. But that is everything. This should be up Wednesday at midday. I will edit it when I get home. I hope everybody is having a great day, great week, great month. Look after yourself. Find your jam. Work on what makes you happy. Don't do what I do. And just keep working on things in a process that's not making you happy. And I'll see you next week. Ciao.